Good evening, everyone. My name is Nyambesh Ashwini, working as an assistant professor at CIT Department, RMD Engineering College. Today's my topic on about the microservice architecture from Unit 3. Coming to the Unit 3 point of view, Unit 3 is in design and development of an business logic. Coming to the syllabus of the Unit 3 is an business logic organization pattern, designing a domain module using the triple aggregate pattern, publishing the domain events, kitchen service business logic, order service business logic, developing the business logic with event sourcing, and implementing an event store using Sakas and event source together. Coming to the here, first topic is an business logic organization pattern. Building a business is a logic service for an enterprise application, whether it is a monolithic or microservice, has more similarities than differences. In both approaches, it will compromise the classes as a service and entities and repositories. Coming to the architecture diagram for this one, here the architecture diagram will be divided into the layer architecture, domain driven design, rebuilding, and service oriented architecture. So clean architecture and then hexagonal architecture. First one is the layered architecture. It having a presentation layer, business layer, and then data access layer. Presentation layer will be comes under the UI module for user interactions, and business logic layer BLL contains the rules, workflow and validation. Data access layer DAL handles the database or extreme API communication, keeps the logic separate from UI and storage easier to maintain. Domain driven design will going to coming to the triple T platform will be comes under the focuses on modeling the business engine itself and organizes the logic entities, value objects, aggregate service and repositories. Helps when working with a complex business tools. Service-oriented microservices business logic divided into the independent services. One is an order service, payment service, and inventory service. Each service has its own logic and then good scalability but added complexity. The clean architecture and hexagonal architecture, it will be comes under the business logic domain, a site center, and UI database for the framework and then add layers. It promotes the testability and then adaptability for change. So, hexagonal architecture, any business service is in an enterprise application theoretically leverage the hexagonal architecture at its core. Hexagonal architecture ports and adapter architecture is an architectural pattern used in software architecture design. It aims to creating loosely coupled application components that can be easily connected to their software environment by means of ports and adapters. So take the one of the example here. I created one of the project is in my app. Here I am using the different packages will going to the I'm maintaining here. In my app is one of the main file I am taken as an app.py under the Python programming. Here I am taken as an first module is an controller module. And control module I created a program is an order controller under the Python programming. And next one is an service module. Under the service module I'm maintaining the files for the order service, payment service, inventory service. And next module is then comes under the models. So here in models I'm having the order, payment and product. And next one is in repositories point of view. I'm going to maintain the repository for the order repo and then product repo. And next coming to the validation, it's an order validate and then events will be the event bus and utilities will go into the configuration will go into maintaining under the Python file. And next coming to the see the architecture here under the architecture what it will going to describing about the how successfully the client will going to placing their order and then how successfully in what time they will going to getting back the order. And next coming to the designing a domain model using the triple D aggregate pattern. An aggregate is an encapsulation of entities, value objects, domain objects which conceptually belonging together. It also contains a set of operations which those domain objects can be operated on. As concrete example, an aggregate might be car where the encapsulated domain objects may be engine, wheel, body color, light and similar in the context of manufacturing a car. Operations may be painting the body, install the wheel and then install engine, install a light and then shape. So take the one of the one here what they want to say about and by using this example example, we can see the outside of the body, but inside we having a lot of coding will be happening there. Without engine, a car never will be work. Without seats, we can't travel. Like that, inside we were outside of the work only the client can see and then view and then attracted by the outside of the work. But whatever the outside of the work will be run based on the inside of the work. Then here I taken as one more example. A ready to ship a car must have exactly four skills. No yellow car or manufactured light must be installed after a car body is painted. A ready to ship the car must have exactly 16 lights. A ready to ship a car must have an engine and painted body. So why we are the pattern will going to playing the major role here. The aggregate or the functionalities about defining the consistency of the boundaries and enforcing the invariance. Consistency boundary is a boundary which can aggregate, defines, and bigger context of a vehicle manufacturing. A car keeps the rule of manufacturing the car consistent. Invariant of a just fancy words for the rule for rules. It enforces the rules of keeping the core object consistent. This brings a new benefit. First one is that encourages the top-down approach where implementation is detected by a business requirement. Act as a layer abstraction, thus allowing the applications to be persistent, ignorant. In general, a set well-defined aggregate cover the entirety of a persistence layer. This means that there is a single source of truth for what business rule are making will be easy. First condition is an adoption to the business requirement changes. Second one is an developer new to the project, identify the project. And then next part will be continued in the next half.